Good afternoon, fellow viewers. My name is Weston, and welcome back to Cartoon Theory. Remember Calvin and Hobbes? No, not Calvin and Hobbies, Calvin and Hobbes. The E is silent. Of course you remember. But in case you don't, it was a series of comic strips created by Bill Watterson, showcasing the many misadventures of a young boy named Calvin and his pet tiger, Hobbes. I don't know how he tamed that tiger, but hey, it's a cartoon. What can you do? Zach Wolf has done plenty of these readings for Calvin and Hobbes on his channel. Now, our question today is, why didn't Calvin and Hobbes get their own TV series? And no, I'm not talking about parodies and satires that other shows like Robot Chicken and Family Guy have done for it, or even Johnny Test with the talking dog Dookie, whose nose quite frankly should have been fixed up. Yeah, most of the character designs on Johnny Test are horrific, but that's besides the point. You see, unlike Peanuts, Kathy, and Garfield, Calvin and Hobbes have not been adapted into any TV specials or Saturday morning cartoons. Not even a single ounce. Now, I know this is not a theory, but I do know that in the 2013 interview with creator Bill Watterson that he had no interest in making one and he was worried that there was no upside for him to do so. But now, here comes my theory. My guess is that Bill initially had plans to make a cartoon based off of his comic strips like what Jim Davis and Charles M. Schulz did with their franchises, but unfortunately he never got around to it. If I was able to meet Bill Watterson himself, and I could convince him to do one if I can help, even though it's unlikely at the moment, I could also imagine what the voice cast would be like. Pamela Adlon or E.G. Daly would provide the voice of Calvin, and maybe Frank Welker could do the voice of Hobbes. Because let's face it, he's done countless pets and creature vocal effects over the years. It would be interesting if he could do a pet who could talk like Scooby-Doo. And I don't mean imitating Scooby-Doo. I mean regular talking. But yeah, it's pretty unrealistic. I'm going to need a lot of convincing and meeting Bill Watterson if I want to make that dream a reality. But, on a cheerier note, my colleague, Zach Wolf, not too long ago, just posted a reading of a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip where he actually got to meet Great Al Griffin at Fan Expo Boston and asked her to provide the voice of Rosalind for this reading. In related news, his other colleague, Thomas O'Sullivan, the man who co-created Golden Book Video Killers, also got to meet her as well. Great could be considered a good choice for Rosalind if this was ever made into a TV series. And hey, at least Rosalind's not as bad as a babysitter as Vicky is. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Let me know in the comments what do you remember about Calvin and Hobbes. And if you're interested in watching and reading the stuff I talked about, I'll provide a link in the description. See you around, folks!